This is Jonathan Agoff here for Pro Boxing Fans, joined by Josh Kelly here at the press conference. You're back on May 13th. Josh, I guess you know when you're back when there's all this media. How have you found today?
Good, mate. I mean, it's
you missed it.
Yeah, getting back in getting the feels for it again, because being here, having the cameras in your face really makes you think, right, yeah, let's go. So it's class.
Whenever I look on social media, I always see, when is Josh Kelly fighting back? Have you seen that? And you know, why has it been sort of over a year since we've seen you?
I find myself do some sort of cover some cracks up out of my personal life, and I've did that, mate. So now I'm back. I'm ready to make some more waves. Be busy this year, which is good. I need to be busy. I've had these 2 year gaps where I boxed, year I boxed. So I need to be busy, and that's what I want to do in this part of my career.
You've joined Wasserman. That was obviously announced a few months ago, but obviously left Matchroom. What was the decision behind joining Wasserman?
Matchroom offered us to sign back on with them, and obviously the contract company then, so they offered us a deal. Wasserman offered us a deal, so I just laid them both together, and I laid everything together. I just said, this is the route I want to go down, this suits me best. So if that's, you've got to be selfish sometimes for yourself, and that's what I did. So, and I believe the Shaolin's Wasserman in Channel 5 is just mate, it's a great little link up, so it'd be unreal.
Kala said in the press conference, you know, losses are more learning than losses. In that Avanesyan fight, you had a really good opening few rounds against him. What did you take from your performance?
Yeah, listen, the fight itself, I went off probably well too fast. I was in the driving seat for 5 rounds, and then obviously the 6th round, I couldn't. Yeah, I had that big cut in the back of my head, a burst of vein in the back of my head, which doesn't help. Losing a load of blood. It was just a hard fight. I got off to a good start. Like I said, I've learnt a lot from that, and I'm back where I need to be. I've matured as a person, as a fighter, in everything, in everyday life. So, like, this is the next step to my career. This is going to be a big part of it now.
Having you know, taken that step up to fight someone like Avanesyan, who people say is avoided, do you think that will work for you long term in your career?
Yeah, 1,000,000%. I mean, he's steamrolling people now, and I wasn't myself, but that's David beat us on the night, so that's it. Do you know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. That's it. He beat us on the night, and I mean, he's a better fighter. He's a better fighter on the night. So there you are. That's that. Put to bed. But he, in future fights, you'll see the full version of myself. I'll be there. I'll be present in the fight. So I wasn't really as present as I need to be in that fight, but I will be in the next coming fights.
Moving forward, you're going to return, you said, at 154 for now, but is there room for going back and forth through the weights?
Yeah, 1,000,000%. I want to. I'm professional about it. Keep my weight nice and low. Keep my weight there and thereabouts, and not bounce about too much, so I can either crack down to 147 or feel strong and straight at 154. I mean, if I'm operating nice at 154, then why not stay there? But if big fights get offered in 147, then I'll be a fool not to take it. So it's definitely the option.
Any idea who your opponent is and how many fights you want this year?
I think opponent's been confirmed. I'm not too sure, but I think they should be releasing. Wasserman and Shaolin's will be releasing soon. But this year I think they're looking to try and get us out 3 to 4 times, so it's busy, which is I need to be. I need to be busy. The more the merrier, mate. I cannot wait to get out, put a performance on.
And what do you want to show everyone this year? Do you feel like you need to prove a point this year, or are you just focusing on achieving your goals?
Not just achieving my goal, mate. Personal growth. Like, I don't step out the door and say, I need to prove this guy wrong, or this is for this guy, or da-da-da. I just, like, if you're in boxing for other people and you're doing it for other people, you're in the wrong sport. You need to be in it for yourself. It's a selfish sport. At the end of the day, when it's all said and done and you're retired, then where's all them people there who are either saying, he couldn't do it, You're going to be there with yourself, with your own thoughts and your own regrets or your own, well, I did that. I don't want to be left for anything like that, so I'm ready to move forward and just prove what I think is right, what I think's right. So for as long as I prove myself right, I'm happy.
And, you know, as a fighter, I know you'll fight anyone. You fought Ray Robinson, as you said, in New York City, Madison Square Garden. But for you, you know, do you want to mix it with maybe the domestics, or do you feel you want to go back to where you were at the European level and beyond?
I'm ready to mix it. Like I said, if the fight makes sense, it's big enough, then we'll mix it domestic or world level. I want to be a world champion, so the quicker I can move towards that direction, the better. But we'll build it. We're going to be clever and want to build it nicely, and I think I know I will become a world champion. It's just a matter of when. I mean, little speed bumps in the road like Avanesyan, but I think as I fell forward, I haven't went back, so I've learnt a lot. I'm a better fighter from it. I'm more mature, and I'm a total different person to that fight now.
And, you know, just talking about your style, you have a very unique style. Where did that sort of come from? Was there any fighters you watched that inspired it?
Yeah, mate, loads. Like Nazim, obviously, was a big one. I was a big fan of him coming up, like Errol, Bomber Graham, all these guys. Yeah, I used to like. Just when you were a kid, you like watching things was out the ordinary, and that's what I was sat there when I was like 7. My dad used to have the boxing on, and I used to watch these guys and used to think, he's different. Like, why does he box with his hands not down, and why does he not get hit? Why is he doing better than the guys who's got their hands up? So it's like I always inspired to do that. And I've got to create a mindset in general. So anything creative and keep my imagination going. That's what I do. So that's where I box. That's the way I box. It's not me as a person. I'm a big introvert, but as a boxer, that's the way I box. So.
Do you think that will be the difference when, in your mind, you get to that world level, the speed and IQ?
Yeah, mate, ring IQ is massive. Well, I do a lot of clever things in there people don't recognise. And yeah, I'm all fast hands, so fast hands, fast feet. That's it. Don't get touched. Fast hands, fast feet.
And you know, we've seen the North East scene really on the up recently. The McCormack twins coming through. What have you made of it? And I'm sure you want to lead that pack as well.
It's massive for North East. North East is huge. I'm a Sunderland boy, so I'm ready to sort of wear the flag for Sunderland, and as long as all the lads from Sunderland's got me back, then I'm good. I'm trying to fly the flag for Sunderland, bro. So I'm a big advocate for Sunderland as a city, and obviously we've got a big football club up there. I support them, and that's mate. That's the route we're going down. I want a big fight at the Stadium of Light within these next couple of years. I want to bring it back to the Stadium of Light, have it packed out. That will be a dream.
Prior to your last fight, you obviously linked with Conor Benn for a long, long time. Do you think that can still happen?
Yeah, 1,000,000%. That fight's do you know what I mean? That in the future, that fight's easy to make. So 100%.
Have you got anyone on your radar particularly? I mean, there's so many welterweights out there. You've even got Kell Brook and Amir Khan still continuing.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's like there's just so many people. You just don't know what you got to just. At the moment, I'll take a couple of fights, get that momentum back, and then I'll go right here. This is the right way. I think this is the right path to go down. This makes sense because if I fight him, I can get there, and I can get there, and I can do this. While if I'm just fighting people because just for fighting sake, then there's no really. You haven't got really no method behind the madness. You need a route, and obviously I've got little routes planned out, but they'll come to a head soon. So.
And is it as well for you? You know, people right now talk about the next crop of welterweights, Ennis and Ortiz, and even Conor Benn as well, joining the mix with his recent performances. Is it about also being talked about within those sort of that bracket?
Yeah, mate, like that. Obviously, it's super welterweight as well. I want to be mentioned within both of them. I think. I know I'm good enough, so it's just got to go out there and prove it, and that's all you got to do. And that's what I will do. This next part of my career, I'll prove it in a big way.
Can we expect anything different from you come May 13th?
Not much really, mate. Same like. No, you'll see. I mean, I've had a lot of new strings to the bow, so it's going to be. I want to be spiteful. I mean, some bad intentions in there, so.
Two more quick ones. Spence and Ugas coming up April 16th. How do you see the fight going?
I think if Spence has he's got a lot left in the tank, then I think Spence should win. But Ugas is no mate. Ugas is a tough Cuban, clever. So listen, never ever write him off. But I'm edging towards Spence.
And just finally, Tyson Fury taking on Dillian Whyte, April 23rd. Who wins the fight and why?
Massive fight, innit? Massive fight. Obviously, I think personally, listen, I know both the guys. I think, I know of them. I think they're both credit to the sport. They did a lot. I'm probably on the Fury side just because of his boxing ability and experience he's had. But we'll soon see, mate. Fury's a talent, mate, and his style correlates a lot of mine. We try and move and hit and not get it, and that's what I like about him. So,
Josh, thanks for talking to pro boxing fans. We look forward to seeing you back in action May 13th.
Thank you, brother.